Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the NVIDIA GeForce GTX Challenge. We're into our second race of Project Cars here, and after a few minor issues, we've got it all ready to roll here. We're going to be on circuit, Spa-Francorchamps? I don't know. Anyway, 3 laps.
We're on a very lovely track in the classic cars.
Yeah, we use the touring cars here, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, so we go old school. We're going old school. So a little bit slower, going to be easier to handle around the corners. But at the same point, this track, I believe, has a lot more straights. So you got a lot more acceleration areas. So it's all about getting in and out of the corners.
Yeah, you can see actually now the Nord's getting a bit of a straight here. The turns are a little bit more gentle as well. It's maybe a little bit less of those harsher corners that you can slide out of just like this.
You can already see a lot of the skid marks, which I'm assuming has come from the cars that went before her.
You can see this is like you want to stay within the green zone here. This is kind of the ideal. I love these cars. Brilliant. Now, the Spanish, honestly, we were talking about the points and like what portion of points they can bet towards our hot lap on the Nürburgring. I'm telling you, they can take this whole thing away because they've been absolutely dominant so far. This is obviously the practice lap right now. So everyone's just getting a feel for the track, and everyone gets 5 minutes to do that at the start of the game.
Also looks like we're not having our thing update yet on the timing, what everyone's at. Maybe they also they haven't. Well, they should still have like a section 1, section 2, and then lap time.
I think we can keep track of that. We'll let you guys know and how it works out. So yeah, they get broken up into multiple sections as well, and it does give you an indicator of how lap by lap you have improved over that section as well. So you do get like a real-time update on how that all works. So this is more like how do I put it, like a sandpit. Yeah, I guess like sandpit Project Cars, where we've just made it a little bit nicer. Taking away the damage factors, which are quite serious as well. And as you can imagine, if you hit a wall like this guy's about to, that might actually do more damage if we had that activated.
I like how it's the German also who is
really ironic on
who's having all the extra features.
Yeah, that's right. Got his telemetry up there as well. Just so he knows what the condition of his tyres. I'm sure he's going to be doing much with that information.
It's the full HUD. It's the full HUD. The player should have also been told that the tyre wear won't have any effect.
No, that's right. No tyre wear.
Same with the damage.
The French here just cruising along. Got 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining of our session timing. Going off track can invalidate your times as well. So there's a
that's why people weren't getting the ends of their laps. That would explain a lot more.
Now we're here with Zonda at the moment.
No, we're actually getting some times being logged at the moment coming up, but there's not a lot of time to finish their lap. So right now we could just be having exactly the same order as we had previously.
Wouldn't be the end of the world, I think.
It's everything will modify itself anyway.
Give us a blank slate into the start of the race, and everyone gets a feel for the track a little bit earlier on here.
Now you don't really have that much time because you come out of your pit, you do 1 lap, and then you have your time lap. And that's then done. Then there's no more.
The Italians have actually done their homework on this as well. You can tell. I'm looking for that titanic struggle in this next race, the Italians versus the Spaniards here, because I know Cura Lilly has been practicing her cars a fair bit. We saw earlier, I think Sinergo was his name at the time. One of Nicola Romario, I'm not sure which one it was. And he obviously blistered. That one came in close second, I think, overtaking Tweeday towards the end. So session time is just about to expire for our practice. And we'll be jumping into our next race. So no one's really setting a time here, which is fine. The high fives are still coming out there. Everyone's sort of pumping each other up. You can see the French here on the right. And to your left, of course, is our South African representative.
So we start in 3 seconds time.
Rendog.
Admin's being called over for one of the players. It looks like he's got a small issue, but we're on the starting track, so everyone's going to get ready to go. As we'll pull ourselves off to the side as well. So it is a bit of a choke point at the very, very start, so we'll just accelerate ourselves and get ourselves out of the harm's way.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Either way, the race has well and truly started here, and you can see, it's going to be, again, as I expected, the Spaniards and the Italians going to be jostling for position here at the moment.
Okay, just to let everyone know what we've managed to do, I've managed to crash us over on the side. So we're perfectly all right, but everyone's going to have a white flag for a little bit as we go around the track. So we're actually on board here with Proxy Fox. He actually was posting a half decent penalty. The cut speed just gets slowed down. She was posting a good time during the qualifiers.
Yeah, no, like she was. It was a strong performance, I think, from the Italians. But we see the first, second, third, and fourth. It's actually a very close field here. Right now we've got the Germans. This is, I guess, might be Tweede racing at the moment.
Yeah, actually, that was Proxy Fox at the start, at the front line. Sorry, she was the number one.
Yeah, and
she just blew it on the corner where she locked her brakes up a little bit too hard.
The Germans actually out to a leader. This is Tweede racing here.
Yep.
Coming across from his FPS background, pretty much solely FPS, and now see what he can do in cars. And he's got a decent lead. He got maybe a half a second or so. You can see his rearview mirror at the top there.
I think he's a little bit too... Either the car's not moving it or he's a little bit too timid to pull too hard. It's normally the downside about when you do like any of these racing sims. If you pull too hard, your back end just basically flies out.
Oh, I tell you what, that has definitely closed the gap between first and second. And heading out towards the center with a quick bump from the French, I think.
Yep, looked like it was France in number one as Italy... tries to find the feed. Actually, this is our Nordics
here. Yep.
She was in number one.
This is Proxy Fox. Yeah, how the mighty have fallen.
Get off the grass before you start turning. That's always the key. Grass is never going to let you react like you are on the bitumen.
French out in front, and the German's not too far behind. It's actually a decent lead that he's got here. About a second or so, if he can just keep himself in. It's just like colouring in between the lines, almost same kind of idea. So still on the first lap here. This is a bit more of a leisurely stroll as far as concerned. Oh, I'll tell you what.
You just hear the exhaust fire.
Oh, no!
And then you realise you got to get it around the tyres. The lap time was invalidated.
That's hurt him. That has definitely hurt him here.
And then you come out and just mess a little bit with Poland. As now the push down the lane as quick as you can and try and reduce the space between the runners. We're now in third position now. As Tweede again, not happy with this, starts to throw the body into the works to hold on his position. There we go.
Get a bit aggressive.
Sorry, managed to crash us. I only found out how to reverse.
It's fine, we can do that. Obviously our car is set off to the side, the starting line. That's how we were going to do the spectating side of this thing.
Here we are with the Germans.
Hey, it's honestly, it's close. He's in third, but he's not too far behind the Polish man who's actually got himself up there.
That's a wobbly front wheel from the pole. That's a very, very wobbly wheel.
Not sure how much damage he's sort of sustained here.
Well, it shouldn't be turned on, so it should be okay. But it's the...
Oh, dear. Oh,
that's the way...
The recovery!
That's the...
Speed limited. All right, that's the cut track penalty you'll suffer there. So.
That's the way Tweede is able to get through.
His limited speed is actually going to let him get past here on the left, and Spain are back in it. Oh dear, and the Polish also recovered from that. That's what happens if you cut the track. You actually are forced to go only at a certain speed, so that's going to hurt.
It really does hurt. Because you always wonder about that. Like, I can just go wherever the hell I want. Like, as long as the car will take me there, it'll be fine. But nope, this game has ways of making you pay.
Important corner here, and Tweede pulls it in. So this is the French here, pull it in quite nicely. Sitting pretty in third, and he's actually a good few seconds in front of the Spaniard behind him, I believe. Yeah, they just cruise through on this one. Leisurely pace here. There are some nasty corners that can be pitfalls for the unwary. You can see there almost...
Especially if you fall off the edge and then you get slowed up again. Then everyone who's behind you is going to catch up. But we're about to head into our last lap, so this is the number one position with the French. So they'll round our final corner in a moment.
Now the French actually sort of...
we're early on the tier 2 part of the stage. So yeah, we'll round our final corner in about like a couple of moments. Then we're good.
The French are now sort of letting it go a little bit. Oh, we catch up with the Italians at just the wrong time. Actually in 6th position right now. That's Curalilli piloting that one. It is Proxy Fox still back in 7th. I'd say Zonda's in 5th here. So yeah, British actually keep themselves amongst the standings thus far. And it's Proxy Fox is well and truly behind. A good 17 seconds behind.
That's right. Those pylons are meant to be taken out.
Totally acceptable. You can see that green blip on the map is Proxy there, so still is a way back. So the field opening up a fair bit here as we start to get closer to our last lap. You can see here, we have now very close to that final lap here for the French, and again just consistently keeping ahead and slowing down a fair bit on that corner. Not really willing to take that at any sort of speed, but
There's still only 4 seconds between him and... Okay, now it opens up a lot more as he gets to straight. And you're just noticing Ivan has to slow down.
that's it. French looking very strong right now. It's going to have to take a